Hello everyone and thanks for joining us. This is AMECO Haber English Service and you're watching our daily updates. I'm Gaila Damu. Stay tuned. According to military attaches residing in Addis Ababa, the Pretoria Peace Agreement signed between the federal government of Ethiopia and TPLF is a sign that Africans can resolve conflicts by themselves through peaceful discussion. Modomuligi reports.
Ethiopian National Defense Force International Relations and Military Cooperation Director General Major General Tashome Gannachu briefed military attaches of different embassies residing in Addis Ababa about the implementation and progress of the peace agreement. In an exclusive interview with Ethiopian news agency, South African Defense Attaché Colonel Goodman Hokwana emphasized the importance of implementing the agreements that were taken out of the meeting of the commanders in Nairobi. Colonel Hokwana noted that the peace agreement marks a very important impetus to permanently cease the conflict in northern part of Ethiopia.
I think the agreement marks a very important impetus in the conflict in Ethiopia, and I think we congratulate the stance that has been taken by both TPLF and the federal government of Ethiopia to say we put down the guns and focus on the economic development of the country.
The colonel added that the stand that has been taken to put down the guns and focus on the economic development of the country is a very important step. Nigerian Defense Attaché Colonel Rufai Umar Mariga said on his part that building trust and confidence between TPLF and the federal government is crucial for the steadfast implementation of the peace deal.
This is a sign that Africa can solve their problem. If you look, there is not any foreign troops there. It's only the TPLF and the government, and they have agreed. So it's possible through discussion. Africa can solve their problem through discussion.
Ambassador Faisal Ali Ibrahim said that Ethiopian diaspora in Qatar has continued to intensively engage in supporting the wide range of national development endeavors. Iyayu Melesa has the details.
The Ethiopian embassy in Qatar has carried out tremendous activities to ensure active engagement of the diaspora in various national issues and urged them to further strengthen it. In an exclusive interview with Ethiopian news agency, Ethiopia's ambassador to Qatar, Faisal Ali Ibrahim, said that engaging the Ethiopian diaspora across the world on the ongoing development efforts is one of the pillars of Ethiopia's foreign relations.
One of the flagship projects which Ethiopians are really very much engaged in and enthusiastically. And since the inception of the project until now, Ethiopians are buying the bond that really helped to finance the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam. Now the dam is almost about to be completed, but the support both financially and in public relation areas of the Ethiopian diaspora for the GERD is continued.
Some 52 Ethiopian diaspora organizations drawn from 25 countries and members of the diaspora who actively participated in support of their country on various occasions were given recognition and visited GAD. Ambassador Faisal stated that the visit has encouraged the diaspora to further continue their support as they were able to see the fruits and progress of the GAD, to which they have been making continuous contributions with regard to the role of the diaspora to peace building and reconstruction efforts as a result of the conflict in the northern part of the country, the ambassador said.
During the law enforcement operations in Ethiopia, Ethiopians in Qatar as well in different parts of the world, they were contributing, they were playing their role to bring back peace and stability in the northern part of Ethiopia. And they were also mobilizing resources for the internally displaced citizens because of the conflict, and also in reconstruction of the infrastructure, especially the health infrastructure and also school.
Speaking of the embassy's engagement in economic diplomacy, Ambassador Faisal stated that efforts are underway to boost the trade volume, which currently is in favor of Qatar, and is soliciting market for Ethiopian products such as spices, coffee and livestock, and Ethiopia imports petrochemical products. Qatar imports goods and after value adding it exports, he stated and added.
This year we have the plan to familiarize the tour operators of Qatar to come to Ethiopia and to see the facilities, the infrastructures, the services, and include Ethiopia in their tourism package, because they have tourism package for Asia, for Europe, and for North America. So we have to work very hard because we have something to sell when it comes to tourism.
He added that for this to happen, the embassy is aggressively working on promoting investment and trade opportunities in Ethiopia to Qatar investors and business people. Moreover, works to familiarize and promote Ethiopia's tourism and potentials are also underway.
Ethiopian ambassador to the Nordic countries, Mehret Abmulugeta, said that Nordic countries show desire to further reinforce their economic and development cooperation with Ethiopia. Modo Mulugeta tells us more.
In an exclusive interview with Ethiopian news agency, Ambassador Mehret said the Nordic countries have been cooperating on development projects in their bilateral relationship with Ethiopia for a long time. He elaborated that in the field of economic diplomacy, their relations with Ethiopia are growing from time to time. The ambassador said that following the peace agreement, the Nordic countries have shown desires to strengthen their cooperation in many ways. Moreover, the ambassador stated that the countries are keen on continuing and strengthening their economic and development cooperation to the country. The ambassador noted the countries appreciated the government's commitment to solving the problem in the northern part of Ethiopia through peaceful dialogue, where they are showing desires to provide support for the success of the peace agreement. The countries also show interest to support the government's efforts, especially in the reconstruction activities. The Nordic countries, including Norway, are known for providing support to education, environmental protection, and other development activities in Ethiopia.
Members of Ethiopian diaspora who visit the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam say that the visit has inspired them to provide more support for the dam. And Netanyahu has the details.
Various diaspora organizations have been given national recognition and awards for their universal contribution to their country. The member of the diaspora yesterday visited the construction of the dam, which is flagship project of Ethiopians. The members of the diaspora who talked to Ethiopian news agency said that the Ethiopian Renaissance Dam is built with our own resources and it is a project that will take Ethiopia to beacon of prosperity and is a source of pride for generations to come. They mentioned that visiting the dam in person excited them, adding that the dam is being built only with Ethiopia's capacity is a great pride and a heartwarming feeling for us. They also applauded the dam workers who are working hard for 24/7 in different weather conditions. According to them, the perseverance of the workers have moved them to further intensify their support to the dam. They also called on Ethiopians and Ethiopian origin from all over the world to strengthen their support for the construction of the dam without any differences. Ethiopian Diaspora Service Director General Mohammed Idris said members of the diaspora who visited the dam have seen the fruits of the support they have been providing to Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam thus far. In addition, he said this visit will help the diaspora organizations to mobilize more resources and intensify their support. Remember that the diaspora has been involved in defending the country at the international fora and supporting the victim during the war. Now efforts are diligently underway to enable them support development projects in coordinated manner. In this regard, he indicated that the service will carry out its responsibility by enhancing the activities and raise financial resources in cooperation with diaspora organizations and Ethiopian embassies. The Ethiopian diaspora, like any Ethiopian citizens at home, have been making sufficient contribution to the construction of the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam in terms of financial support. Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam has brought together millions of Ethiopians irrespective of ethnicity, religion, political persuasion or background, including those in the diaspora from all corners of the globe. The dam, being built on Abai River, is vital to Ethiopia's economic development, providing electricity to its population as well as strengthen regional integration.
Ethiopian Climate Change Working Group that aims to support green initiatives in the country by providing up-to-date scientific recommendations to policymakers and legislators about climate change, greenhouse gas emissions, and carbon markets was launched on January 26. And Nathaniel tells us more.
Speaking at the launching ceremony, Ethiopian Climate Change Working Group Chair Feleke Zewge said the small group of professionals and experts is interested in climate change and environmental sustainability research. According to him, there are a number of good initiatives by the government of Ethiopia in terms of mitigating the adaptation.
Our aim is to organize the knowledge base, to compile the evidence so far, and to discuss, to create a forum, and to not only create a forum but also to come up with some solutions, feasible solutions to guide all the existing initiatives, as well as to come up with new, more innovative ideas or initiatives. And I think that we can contribute to the ongoing, either in terms of mitigation as well as in terms of adaptation mechanisms.
He believed that the group will create a powerful, inclusive and trusting network of Ethiopian organizations that will work together to meet the global goals in the Paris Climate Agreement. Speaking at the event, Ethiopian Environmental Protection Authority Multilateral Environmental Agreement Director Mansour Desi said, despite its negligible contribution to global warming, Ethiopia is strongly affected by the consequences of climate change that affects its environment, agriculture, water, food and energy production. He added the government is keen to partner with all stakeholders interested in cooperating with Ethiopia in this regard. The director further stated that the Climate Change Working Group is commendable as it contributes to the national agenda of building adaptation and resilience.
AMECO Hover English service, and now let's proceed to news beyond borders. Key Libyan political figures have rejected $8 billion gas production deal overseen by the Tripoli-based government of national unity and the Italian government. Rights groups and observers in the country have also criticized memorandums of understanding reached between the two governments aiming to crack down Mediterranean migration flows. The energy deal was signed between Libya's National Oil Corporation and Italian energy firm Eni during a visit by Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni and an accompanying delegation to Tripoli on Saturday, while the memorandums were signed between the two countries' foreign ministers. The government of national unity's outspoken oil and gas minister, Mohamed Owen, spoke to Al-Wasat's WTV shortly after the gas deal was signed, calling it illegal and saying it lacks equality between the Libyan and Italian sides. He said his ministry was bypassed on the deal, which he reiterated was illegal and pledged to rectify. On Sunday, the ministry released an official statement reiterating Mr. Owen's points, further criticizing the deal for increasing the Italian side's share from 30% to 37%, as BBC reported. Morocco's National Finery Museum reopens after massive refurbish. The Bizomoul necklace is the oldest piece of jewelry in the world. It's on display at the National Finery Museum in Rabat, Morocco, a building which has reopened its doors after years of renovations. The necklace, made of 32 perforated shells, was found in 2019 in the Bizomoul cave near Issouria. Curators of the National Finery Museum, Fatima Zahra Khalifi, said that the oldest piece displayed here is the Bizomoul necklace, which is the oldest jewelry in the world, not only in Morocco, and it dated back 150,000 years. It was discovered in recent excavations in Bizomoul cave near Issouria. The museum has artistic, cultural, and also historical values, as African News reported. Lekki Deep Sea Port is one of the biggest in West Africa and is expected to create hundreds of thousands of jobs, in addition to easing cargo congestion that costs billions of dollars. Brahanu Yismail presents TRT Africa report.
Nigerian President Muhammadu Buhari has marked the opening of a $1.5 billion Chinese-funded deep sea port in the commercial hub of Lagos that authorities hope will help grow the West African nation's ailing economy. According to Lagos government Babajide Sano-Olu, the Lekki deep sea port is one of the biggest in West Africa and will create hundreds of thousands of jobs, in addition to easing cargo congestion that costs billions of dollars in annual revenue. The port, whose container terminal is able to handle at least 2.5 million 20-foot standard containers per year, will be operated as a joint venture between the Nigerian government, Lagos State, Singapore-based Tolaram Group, and state-owned Chinese Harbor Engineering Company. Operation of the port began on Monday. Both foreign companies own a major stake of 75% in the project. Nigeria is Africa's largest economy, but growth has been stalled for many years because of poor infrastructure and mismanagement. Although it has 6 major seaports, more than 80% of the country's imports are handled by just 2 of the ports in Lagos, where congestion has led to a massive loss in revenue, as cargoes are often diverted to other West African nations.
This is AMECO Haber English service, and now let's take a look at the foreign exchange rate. The news we have for today. I'm Gaila Damu. Thanks for watching and stay tuned with the rest of our programs.